What is up YouTube, and welcome to this Marvel video. So if you're new to the channel, please drop a like and a subscribe down below if you do enjoy it. We're also on Twitch, Superheronexus on Twitch as well. So you may have seen my tweet on my social media, which is at Superheronexus on Twitter and Instagram. Well, my tweet talking about how Amy Pascal has confirmed that Home will be included in the subtitle for Spider-Man 3 kind of blew up. And a lot of you were really enjoying the fun little question I put to you, asking which subtitle do you want to give the movie? And some of them were honestly hilarious, and I loved every single one of them. Home Run was one of them. Home Alone, which was absolutely hilarious. And the memes and everything, I think Stay at Home, Quarantine, the variations of them were they were so funny. And I think it's provided a good kind of a decent bit of laughs in this lockdown and very tough, unprecedented times that we actually have at the moment. But the question is, what do you think, YouTube? What do you think the title will actually be for this? We know that Home will be involved with it. Do you like the fact that Home is seemingly being the trope now for Spider-Man movies? But let's not forget that this is a trilogy. So we've got Homecoming, Far From Home, and Home. This could end the trilogy there, and then we could see a new naming convention for the next movies. But seemingly, we'll have to go from what we'll see. Hopefully be announced at some point in the future. Maybe they were going to announce it at Comic-Con, but Comic-Con being cancelled means we're not really going to be getting anything interesting come out there of San Diego, unfortunately. But they did want to put this online. They want to put Comic-Con online. My favourites, I'm going to have to pick. There's two. So Home Run was one of them, which would be really funny. I think that'd be a really funny version there for that. Because obviously he is now on the run. We know that everyone is out to get him. We know that Mysterio obviously leaked it to J. Jonah Jameson, which was awesome that we saw the same actor pop up from the original Spider-Man movie, obviously the Sam Raimi trilogy there. And I think everyone thinks now, just like Tony Stark is Robert Downey Jr., I think the actor who played J. Jonah Jameson that's him. It's going to be tough to ever recast him. I think it'd be a mistake considering that the actor is still in movies. He's still obviously making films like Whiplash, which are just absolutely iconic there. Another one is The War at Home. Now I'm going to lead with this one just because the fact that it is actually a part of the Civil War storyline, and it is definitely what we've had it before. It's the name of a Spider-Man story after he is wanted by the superhero registration. He quite obviously Spider-Man went against Iron Man and decided to join Captain America, albeit a bit too late, mate. You couldn't have come up with your moral quandary a bit earlier. So the War at Home there, I think, is really cool. Spider-Man 3, The War at Home. Or maybe Hunted at Home if we have Kraven the Hunter, something like that. So let me know what you think down in the comments. Are you excited for Spider-Man 3? Who do you want to play Kraven? Who do you want the villain to be if it's not Kraven? Just let me know everything down there as well. But next up, we've got some interesting rumours that we've had for Captain Marvel 2. So Captain Marvel 2 obviously is quite a ways away. It's quite a way away. Which actually means that it could feature the mutants. Now, of course, we've had Kevin Feige say that having the mutants in the MCU is a long way off. I know everyone got excited for them to be featured in Endgame, which obviously didn't actually happen, and then was excited for them to be featured in other Marvel properties after Endgame, but that didn't actually happen whatsoever, which was a shame. But obviously it would take quite a while. It needs to be done in a decent way. Now the rumour is that Rogue will actually be featured in Captain Marvel 2. Now obviously Carol Danvers and Rogue have had somewhat of a checkered history here in the comics. They haven't seen eye to eye, and well, obviously X-Men versus the rest of the universe, that is something which has obviously been a big thing, considering they made a bloody comic about it, X-Men or Avengers versus X-Men, which I wasn't a fan of. Didn't like it. Weren't for me. But that is what could come next, and seeing the Avengers versus the X-Men, that'd be really cool. That'd be a cool little transition, and show maybe if we saw Cyclops taking out Falcon or Winter Soldier or someone a bit more powerful than those guys in the Avengers. Now that would be absolutely dope. But the fact that Carol Danvers and Rogue will not be teaming up, they'll be in the same movie, but the rumor is that Rogue will actually be the villain of the piece. Now that makes sense because Rogue has obviously, she took Carol Danvers' powers in the comics because she was trying to help out Mystique. It was a rumor that Mystique's children would be at risk if Carol Danvers was obviously still around there, and Rogue, who was taken in by Mystique there. Well, what they actually did was they took the powers, and that was that. So seeing those two, it would be interesting how they're going to do that, because Rogue is probably remembered more as a hero at the moment. So doing that would be quite curious, but this lines up with another theory and rumor, or it's more of a rumor now from Cosmic Book News, that the villain or the movie will be more of a horror story. So the rumor is that obviously we're going to be getting a Sword TV show, a Sword Disney Plus show. If you don't know who they are the cosmic arm of S.H.I.E.L.D. They kind of take out organisms, or they have their own spaceship, obviously orbiting Earth, and that is also will spin off into an A-Force storyline with Captain Marvel, and possibly a Alpha Flight story as well. We'll probably see a lot of this space stuff merged together. There are a lot of different space teams, so I can see them sort of actually merging together, so merging A-Force and things like that. Obviously, She-Hulk, and as well as that, Kamala Khan are also involved with that. So we can certainly see Carol Danvers leading the Avengers and leading some sort of A-Force there. But Rogue, being the villain, leads into this story because an X-Men villain has been rumoured for this cosmic horror story, which are the BROOD. Now, the BROOD are a huge X-Men villain in the past, and, well, they would fit very, very well within the current scape of the MCU. They recently had a new origin story be created, which shows they were found by the Kree and turned into a weapon to fight the Shi'ar, who, well, Leandra of the Shi'ar was friends with X-Men and Captain Marvel. X-Men and Captain Marvel had a close kind of relationship there, maybe due to Rogue stealing her powers. Might be a bit of a thing there. But seeing this does work, obviously, very, very well. So we could actually see Rogue be involved in some way with attacking, and possibly the Kree hire Rogue in some way to take the BROOD and attack the Sword base there. Because let's not forget, we had the Kree-Skrull War change majorly within the first Captain Marvel movie. We remember the Kree-Skrull War as in, well, both sides were actually kind of douchebags, and the events of this led in, obviously, the fallout of it over the years led to Secret Invasion, which is rumoured to also have its own TV kind of show going on there. So the Skrulls are actually the good guys, and I'd imagine that the Kree, actually coming out of Endgame and the kind of what happened in Endgame, will probably want to actually try and attack. And obviously Captain Marvel does mention that there are threats out there as well. So she mentions threats in Endgame, which we don't actually see, and she's been gone for quite a while. So could this have happened in between? And could the Kree have actually sent the BROOD to go and attack Captain Marvel and try and take out the rest of the Skrulls? Obviously, she had a load of Skrull refugees there, so I think that would probably be very curious as to what will happen. And then we'll probably have a post-credit scene setting up the X-Men, because the X-Men will want to take down Rogue and Mystique, who are part of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. So that's just a theory there as well. The rumours are that Gambit will be involved as well. Now, one other reason why the Brood works so well is because when they actually attack their prey, they take on the form of that person. So they actually infect the host. Now, let's go back to what I mentioned about Secret Invasion. Secret Invasion was a huge part of the Marvel landscape. It changed it for years in one of its iconic. But Marvel liked to change things. Let's think about the Mandarin. He was changed beyond comprehension. So, considering the Skrulls are actually good, what if the Brood were actually used as a secret invasion tactic? What if the Kree wanted to invade Earth using those monsters? That would be interesting. Not something I would particularly like, but then again, I never liked Captain Marvel having the Skrulls as being the good guys. But let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think that sounds good? Do you think that sounds interesting? Do you think it sucks? I want to hear all of your opinions. But that's it. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.